The National League of POW MIA Families was incorporated in the District of Columbia on May 28, 1970. It is comprised of wives, parents, siblings, and other relatives of missing American men and civilians from the Vietnam War. This includes individuals that were prisoners of war, missing in action, and killed in action, body not recovered. The League originated informally in the late 1960s in proximity to high concentration U.S. Navy, Marine, and Air Force communities on both the East and West Coast. Despite government opposition to public exposure at the time, their efforts were augmented by the media focus of the torture their loved ones in captivity were enduring at the hands of enemy forces. In October 1968, the first POW MIA story was published, and as a result of that publicity, families began communicating with each other, and the group grew in strength from 50 to 100 to 300 and beyond. Small POW MIA family groups, supported by concerned Americans, met in 1969 with the North Vietnamese delegation in Paris. Thousands of Americans flooded the delegation with telegraphic inquiries regarding the missing Americans of the war. This would be the first major event in which there was widespread public participation. It wasn't long before the necessity for formal incorporation was recognized, and in May 1970, a special ad hoc meeting of the families was held at DAR Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C. It was at this time that the League's charter and bylaws were adopted. In the 1980s, President Ronald Reagan made the POW MIA issue a matter of highest national priority. Fast forward to today, where we have a 7-person board of directors that meet regularly to determine the League's policy and direction. As of October 31st, 2023, 1,578 servicemen and civilians from the Vietnam War are listed by the Defense POW MIA Accounting Agency, DPAA, as either missing or unaccounted for. 1,238 in Vietnam, 285 in Laos, 48 in Cambodia, and 7 in the People's Republic of China territorial waters. On March 23rd of this year, the DPAA posted the identification of 2 USAF officers, Colonel Ernest DeSoto and Captain Frederick Hall. These 2 servicemen were listed MIA in Vietnam back on April 12th of 1969, but due to the great efforts of our country, were found and brought back home over 50 years later. So for those who think that the search for these missing Americans who served in the Vietnam War is no longer possible, this should awaken eyes and minds to the fact that we are still finding individuals to this day. Science and technology are constantly evolving, and with that, so is our capability of finding the missing servicemen and civilians of the Vietnam War. In conclusion, you can help. There are many things that you can do to help support our League. For example, follow the League on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Explore our League website, link in the description, to become a member and also to get the latest and most factual information on the situation, sent directly to your email. Spread the word about our League to friends and family. Buy a POW MIA pin, bracelet, shirt, or car decal. Write to Congress, urging bipartisan support for U.S. priority on accounting for America's missing servicemen and civilians from the Vietnam War. Lastly, it would be great if you could send a note or an email to the ambassadors of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, where you not only thank them for their humanitarian cooperation thus far, but also to encourage greater efforts moving forward as we are running out of time. With all of that being said, if you could, please share and like this video, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. Much more content is on the horizon, so stay tuned.